Hello, and welcome to another episode of Confero's Reporting at a Glance. My name is Paul Jacoby, and I'm the Data Services Manager at Confero. Today's episode is called Compass Dashboards Survey Summaries. Several of our previous videos have focused on scores, but what about those managers that want to see how they're doing on all of the questions on the survey? For that, there is the Survey Summary and Trending Survey Summary widgets. Today's video will show you ways to help you get the most out of this versatile tool. Let's get underway. Most of you watching this are probably familiar with what your individual shop views look like, including the list of questions with their responses. The survey summary is simply that, but shows an aggregate of all shops falling under the filter selections. And in a similar fashion, the trending survey summary does the same, but across multiple periods. Note that questions with a free-form response will not have a result shown on these. Here, you can clearly see the questions, a breakdown of the responses, heat mapping on scored questions, and potential impact, which indicates how much the overall score would go up if the question were answered 100% positively. To get started on settings, let's briefly take a look at two we discussed in the last video. The first is heat map, and as you may recall, this is where you can adjust the sliders to control the colors that are shown. The second is columns. Here we can choose what information is displayed next to the questions. For instance, we can add potential score, which works well with potential impact and shows what the overall score would be if the question was answered 100%. Some clients, however, prefer a cleaner look focusing just on the question score, so we can uncheck potential impact and potential score and have a cleaner look. The next thing we'll look at allows you to toggle whether you see a percentage breakdown of results or a sum of the times that response was selected. Under the averages or sums, you'll find the toggle. Clicking sums, and we will see that now we have the count of responses for each of those question options. Toggling it back to averages will bring back your percentages. By now, you also may have noticed that EKG icon is available on this widget. It performs very similar to what you've seen before, but with a slight twist. The top portion gives you a visual breakdown of the question, but the next part shows a question correlation report, followed by which locations most need to improve on those questions. The last two settings we'll discuss for the regular survey summary provides more granular control over what questions are shown. Let's say that you have a manager or team in charge of just one facet of your survey, and they would like a stripped-down version showing just those questions they focus on. The first method to do this is to use the sections option. Here, we have the option for the entire survey or any of the individual sections. Simply clicking here, for instance, on Cashier Sincerity, now gives us the result of a Cashier Sincerity survey summary. The other option allows more granular control, and that is the question setting. Here, each question on the survey has a checkbox to toggle its visibility on or off, and there are the two links at the top here, Select All and Select None. So if we needed a simple report of the breakdown of day of visit and time of day, we can click those, and now we have a very simple report showing the percentage of times the days were visited and the times of day. So the survey summary is a great way to allow managers to view responses across all questions on the survey. To kick that up a notch, you can use the trending survey summary to allow them to see up to 4 periods of results side by side. One caveat is that only a single type result can be displayed. It defaults to question score, as you see here. Under the columns settings, we can choose any of the other options, for instance, potential impact or potential score. However, the vast majority of our clients prefer section score, or in some cases, breakdown, which will show you the percentages. Most do prefer question score, however, because with the heat mapping, it allows managers to see the trend of whether a question score is going up or down. Now, this also has the majority of other settings similar to the regular survey summary, but one that is different is number of periods. As it is seen here, we are only showing 2, but we can easily, by adjusting this, bump it up to 4. And in this fashion, you can choose a whole quarter's worth of data, or perhaps if you use quarters, as far as date ranges go, you can get all 4 quarters of a year shown side by side. Today you've seen 2 similar widgets and how they can be adjusted to provide your managers with a great overview on how they're doing across all aspects of the program. In our next video, we'll show you a couple of widgets that aid your managers in zeroing in on specific questions. Thank you for watching, and we appreciate your business.